Welcome to the official star rating component guide. The star rating component is used for collecting user feedback, and you'll find it useful in apps where you want to gather and showcase user opinions in a visually appealing way. Here's how it looks like. I have 10 stars here. If I want to give this component 10-star rating, I click on 10 stars, and 10 stars will be filled up. If I wanted to change my rating to 8, I can go back and notice how the stars are dynamically filled. And also, if I wanted to hover and not click on a star, the state remains the same. So I can edge case this a bit, try to find some edge cases. I click around and hover, and also hover out. You notice it's very intuitive and it works how I want it to. Now let's look at another example. Here I have 1,000 small stars, and I'm just going to start clicking on random stars. So round is 300, 700, 1,000. You notice once I click on them, they just stay there. And also all the hovering effects work, mouse on and mouse leave effects. So here's how you can implement in your own project. Here I'm using Next.js 13, which uses the app, and I'm using the app router. So I have an empty folder for a page. I'm going to import React. I'm going to import my component. And I'm going to return in HTML. Okay, now all I need to do is use my star rating component. So it works like this. It's star rating, and it doesn't accept any children. Instead, you pass how many stars you want, which as total stars. And typically you want 10. You can also specify the size of each star, which by default is 24. Now the size is simply just a number, and it's the number of pixels or font size that your stars are. That's because the stars are actually a text inside of a span. So I'm going to specify it as 48 pixels. And lastly, I just want to console log the stars, the amount of stars that the user clicks. To do that, I have to have a handle click prop. Inside I pass a void function, a function that doesn't return anything. And all I can do is, in the argument, I'll be passed a number of stars, which is a number of stars the user selects. And I want to console log that number of stars, right? There we go. So obviously you're not going to be wanting to console log the number of stars. However, you can pass in a state, for example. For example, will be 0 for now, initially. And then what you can do is make it so that it sets selected stars to not many stars. And then we can have selected stars be passed into an API call or into an endpoint in our own server or API. Let's say I just want to use a use effect. I just want to console.log how many selected stars are. There we go. Now, and because I'm using state, I have to use client. And let's see how everything works. Now if I go to the right URL, which is sandbox, right, so I'm going to inspect. Those two errors you can ignore because those are from my Chrome extensions. So if I click on 10 stars, it console logs 10. 5 stars, console logs 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.